Okay, so let me tell you a story. Unfortunately, this one is not from Balamori. So, yeah, now, gonna say first of all, this may or may not have been a scam. I don't know. I don't have proof either way. So, yeah, but anyway, just before Christmas, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and these have been on there for quite a while, these Ark model Daleks for a tenner each. So, yeah, or at least it seemed to be. And I thought, you know what? For that price, yeah, why not? Arc model Daleks, though, are notorious for basically having very poor build quality and always being damaged. But for that price, yeah, sure, why not? So I messaged the seller. Saying, hello, is this possible to post it? And they said yes. And they said, postage covered, can do it for £15, which, yeah, I thought, okay, fair enough. And I then asked them, could you do 30 for both of them? Because obviously there's two of them there. And I then also messaged them, because I noticed that this Dalek model kit, the Comet Miniatures one, had been on there for ages. They then messaged me saying here that the model kit was no longer available and they can do £33 for them both posted, which is odd because, if it's 15 for one of them, then, surely it would be 30 for two, or maybe even a little bit less, since you're saving a little bit by not having to post them separately. But I thought, whatever, fair enough. It's still a really good price for them. And I said, do you accept PayPal? Because that's normally, how I pay for something like this. And then they said, no, they won't. They're only accepting, basically, bank transfers. So, yeah. Which is the first red flag. However, you are still technically... The thing is, though, with bank transfers, it depends on your bank whether you're covered or not. It depends completely on your bank. And one, since it was a small amount, it wasn't a huge amount, £33, it wasn't a huge amount. And two, I also thought, I should be covered by my bank if anything did go wrong with it. So I thought, okay. So, yeah, I gave them the details, transferred the money to them. So, just so you know, I didn't give them any of my details, and that all they would have shown is that, oh, you've received money from this person. It wouldn't have shown any of my details, and I'm covering up their details and that, just in case this is a complete misunderstanding of things, but we'll see. So yeah, so they say, all good, I will post this on Tuesday. And just so you know, that message was on the 26th of October. It then comes to the 30th of November, which would have been after Tuesday, and I asked them, were you able to post them on Tuesday? Got no reply. I then asked them on the 3rd of December, were you able to post them on Thursday? I still haven't received it. No reply. 5th of December, have you posted it? And then finally on the 5th of December, they said, sorry for the late reply, just been busy at work. Got a family member to ship them yesterday, apologies for the delay. And initially I thought, okay, fair enough. They didn't send me any tracking details, like, not at all. And, regardless of who you send a package with, even if you do, like, for example, Royal Mail second class standard, it will still give you some sort of tracking information to basically say when it has been delivered. It may not track it each step of the way, but every single, tracking, like Royal Mail or whoever, generally will give you information to tell you when something has been delivered, generally at least. But yeah, they didn't give me anything. So initially I said, okay, thank you. On the 12th of December, which remember, this is another 7 days after, I said that the Daleks still haven't arrived. 13th of December, you can see all the messages here, all the way up until the 20th of December, where I'm messaging them again, and they're still not replying at all. No replies, nothing. And we'll get onto that bit in a second. But yeah, never replied to me or anything. So if we get to here, can you please get back to me? Otherwise, I'll have to ring the bank. And that was on the 20th of December. And on the 21st of December, they still hadn't got back to me. So I rang my bank. And I rang up my bank. And basically, my bank said to me that this is most likely a scam. And that it's most likely a scam, but obviously there's no proof either way. Basically what's happening is they're going to investigate it and also get, since I had the other person's details, their bank was going to investigate them as well. They were going to investigate them as well, and basically, I'm not due, and then they said, okay, that amount will be frozen on their account and then you will be refunded this time. But they then said, since you're being told about this and aware of this, then you may or may not get a refund and that the next time. So basically, I'm never doing bank transfers on basically anything again. The only bank transfers I'm ever going to do again, are basically just going to be to family members, and that I know I've got the details of, and I know, if I sent them money and that by mistake they send us it back, though that has never ever happened. So yeah, but literally they must have had a notification, because literally, I'm not joking, within 5 minutes of me getting off the phone to the bank and them saying, okay, this account is frozen, they then got back to me saying, oh, hello, sorry for the late response. Being Christmas anyway, I'll contact a family member who shipped it for proof of postage, which they never did. They never sent me any proof of postage or anything. And before I did anything, I said I'd like a refund. And when they then tried, they said, oh, it's been frozen. And by that point then, when he was contacting me, I then received the money from the bank during that period of time. So yeah, I said to him, okay, the bank has just given me a refund. Do you need anything else? No. So yeah. So one of two things have tried to happen. By the way, this is the seller. And they may be a complete legitimate seller. But even if they are, he's not a very good one. Not a very good seller. Because basically, a good seller would essentially, number one, would, give updates and tracking information and that, because at the end of the day, this is a business transaction. I'm paying for a product and that, and this person apparently, owns a small little business with them doing this kind of stuff. So, you can't just, blank people on that like this, regardless of what time of year it is. That's that. I mean, I did give quite a bit of leeway. And I understood, okay, it was November when I ordered it, late November, early December. So, it wasn't quite manic Christmas rush. It's just because it took literally nearly a month to happen. So, yeah. But, it could be a scam. It could be a scam. To this day, by the way, this is still on there to this day, by the way. I don't know if they've taken it down since, but still, the listing is still up. The listing is still up to this day, so all I can say is basically avoid if you can. Like with PayPal, you generally get, if you're using PayPal for business and transaction, generally you've got much better protection there. I mean, I still had protection through my bank, which is the only reason why I was willing to do this, but even then, it's an absolute headache. So, yeah, for me, just like, unless it was something I was desperate for, I still wouldn't use bank transfer, but I would use PayPal. Like, basically, if they don't use PayPal, just like, be a bit suspicious. If they don't use PayPal, or another PayPal type service and that, and they want and instead they're wanting bank transfers. Just like, yeah, just like, just like, have a little think about that. And obviously, I know if this is, if I'm just explaining the obvious and that to people, yeah, well done. This video is not for you. This is for other types of people. And, at least with this one, I didn't just, just like, yeah, I'll blow away. Because I've done much stupider things. I've done much, much stupider things and that. But at least for this, I knew I'd be covered and that either way, what would happen. And that, and thankfully I was. It was just like a pain in the ass. Because for any of you who have had to ring up your bank before, it just took ages. I was on the phone for like an hour nearly. Because, you got transferred to this department and this department, and each time you get transferred, you have to wait another bloody 10, 15 minutes. Did work, though. It did work, to be fair to them. So, yeah, obviously, if it's something like you're meeting a person and that, if you're going to a place to meet them and, paying cash or whatever, yeah, completely different. Because then you can meet up and that, here's the money, here's the item, here's the money, goodbye, transaction done. That is something I did, if you saw my Christmas Day unboxing on my other channel, you saw I got a Product Enterprise infrared air-controlled Dalek for 20 quid, and that was off Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, that thing was great. So, yeah, but there we go, people, there we go.